I've been seeing a lot of people complain all over the internet about Street Fighter 6 being quote-unquote woke. And a couple reasons for it is the World Tour announcer is a transgender, Chun-Li's thighs getting nerfed and also covering her crotch, and there being a non-binary and transgender option when creating a character in World Tour. Now, from what I understand, these people's main argument is that Street Fighter 6 no longer feels like a Street Fighter game due to it conforming too much to a politically correct side of things. They loved the older Street Fighters because they felt like it valued the traditional Japanese fighting morals, and since Capcom is catering towards the western side of the world, they feel like it brings a softer feel to Street Fighter, which they feel like is the opposite of what made Street Fighter great in the first place. Before I continue and go any further with my thoughts on this topic, I'll be choosing my words very fucking wisely because I understand that some people are easily offended when people have opposing opinions from theirs. So if you're one of those people, put your big boy pants on if you're going to continue watching, and yeah, let's just commence. Viewer discretion was advised. So to start off, I could definitely understand where the Woke Fighter 6 people are coming from. Street Fighter 6 is definitely influenced a lot by Western culture, and it's not like it's subtle. It's really quite the opposite. It's practically being shoved in your face. It almost feels like it's being forced upon you, which I feel like leaves the people who are opposed to that kind of stuff feeling a bit slighted and turned off by it. But what this side of the argument I feel like has to understand is that the reason Street Fighter was the way it was in the past was because that's just how times were. So naturally, as times change, the game will change as well. You can't just stay in a standstill because let's be real here, that's how games get forgotten about and left behind. Companies have to innovate, and since Capcom is a company, of course they're going to have to innovate. Questionable decisions, I'd agree. I do wish Street Fighter kept things like they were in Street Fighter 4 and Alpha, but I understand a game like that would flop because 5 flopped, which was similar to those games. Yes, I know it sold 7 million copies by 2022, but initially it only sold like, 200k copies? From a projected 420, I think it was. I do consider myself a boomer. I have no shame in admitting that I like the older, more traditional take on the martial arts. I voiced that loud and clear in my Kimberly rant video because I feel like she was a bad look for fighting. And I got my good chunk of hate for that. I'm not being a sellout sheep of my opinions by any means. I just understand that times change, and with that, the game will change as well. Even if it's for better or worse, it's up to you to decide whether if you're going to continue to play it or just forget about it. I'm continuing to play it. And continuing to say that Kimberly is a dog shit character. A terrible look for a ninja. I don't know who decided. This isn't about Kimberly though, let's continue. But if you think that's a stupid opinion, get a load of this guy. So while I was researching this topic, I wanted to get a good understanding of each side. So I wanted to watch a couple videos of people addressing the topic. And unfortunately, I ran into this guy.
Chill for Street Fighter 6. Not one of you has the ball. Saw stupid Luke hitting a friggin' punching bag. Street Fighter 6, oh my god. The next coming of Christ. I can't believe it. Who cares? Graphics will always be enhanced as the consoles.
Basically, this fucking idiot made a 25-minute video shitting on nephew because he likes Street Fighter 6, a game he so happens to not like because it doesn't conform to his beliefs and morals. It feels like Capcom is selling out on him, the poor guy. And he seems to really despise nephew for reacting to the game, as he feels like he's advertising it, shilling, as this guy would say, and he's not okay with that. Like, he's pissed.
Stop insulting our intelligence, okay?
But what hasn't crossed this dude's mind is like, what if nephew genuinely likes Street Fighter 6? What if he's just reacting to it because he just genuinely cares about the game, and so do his fans, so he's just putting on a show? No, it can't be that. He's a fucking shill. He's advertising the game. This is a fucking abomination. This is a fucking sin. His fetus brain just can't understand that. It just exceeds his mental capacity. He also says other stupid shit like nephew isn't fucking masculine. Like, obviously this guy's been watching too much Andrew Tate. I mean, look at his wife beater. That fucking mask, dude. Who told you that was a good idea? It's gonna take a good while to adjust to it because, yeah, it's pretty fucking rapid. Like, it wasn't a slow transition to it. I mean, we've always had Poison the transgender, but, I mean, they never really called her the transgender. It's kind of just like if you know it, you know it, and if you don't know it, you don't know it. It wasn't a smooth transition. Like, it was just from Street Fighter 5, 0 of this woke stuff, to 6, where it's just being fucking chucked right at your face. Feel free to let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. And yeah, I think that'll do it. That being said, it's been the Master Assailant, and I'm out of here.